is the table, a table that indicates where you have the dependent marker words. On the first column, you have when, okay? You have however, you have whoever, you have which, you have whose, you have as soon as, you have after, you have whether, you have provided that, you have whenever, whom, whichever, if, even if, though, whereas, although, where, whomever, that, as if, unless, as though, until. You have how, you have what, you have why, you have as, you have because, you have even though, you have so that, you have who, you have whatever, you have while, you have as long as, you have before, you have since, and then in order that we can say when it was 10 o'clock, I woke up to do my work. When it was 10 a.m., I woke up to do my work. So I woke up to do my work becomes the independent clause, while when it was 10 becomes what? A dependent clause. When it was 10, when becomes what? The arrow head. Okay? It becomes the arrowhead. You have whoever. Whoever is ready for the job should contact Vincent. Okay? Then we have which. All these form are dependent marker words. Wherever you see them in a statement, know that that statement you have a dependent clause right there. Okay? Clauses can be connected through subordination and coordination. Okay? Subordination. Since a dependent clause cannot stand on its own, and as a sentence, it must be connected to an independent clause. Okay? For example, if we have when men slept, okay? We came and we conquered. Okay? Let us use this example too. You would discover that we came, okay, or we say we came and conquered. Okay, we came and then we conquered. Now look at, we came can be an independent, it can be an what? Can be an independent sentence, but conquered cannot stand on its own. So we need a coordinating conjunction. Now let us look at this. When men slept, the devil sowed tares. When men slept, the devil sowed tares. Okay? The devil sowed tares is what? Is what? An independent sentence or clause. Okay? This is the main clause. When men slept is what? Is a dependent. Is a dependent clause. Why? Because it cannot stand on its own. Okay? This is the subordinator. When is the subordinator. Okay? This is the marker that indicates that, look, this when men slept cannot stand on its own. I've explained this over time. You should understand it. So, with a mother and child relationship, the child relies on his or her mother for completeness. It relies on his or her mother just like a child relies on its mother for completeness. So also does a dependent clause rely on an independent or main clause. And that is why we call it main clause. This other one is attachment. Okay? It's attachment. It feeds on the main clause. The child feeds on the mom. So the dependent clause feeds on the main clause. Okay, so the child relies on his or her mother for completeness. The same is true of a dependent clause. The dependent clause relies on and is subordinate to the dependent clause. So this is called a subordinate relationship.